Oh, with the nobility.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Okay, and a diet is like one of their council things where they all
basically,
meet and discuss it.
yeah,
and
you know,
we're going to change this thing.
They get to come in and tell you what they don't like about the country. And now the upside of this is that the burghers now have a loyalty of 65% because you looked out for their interests.
Mm-hmm.
So they're lowering your development costs and increasing your trade efficiency.
Woo! Because I'm all about trade right now. Anyway.
Yeah. So you are moving Denmark toward the path to being an egalitarian Republican state.
Perfect. That will curb stomp Norway if they get uppity. Die. So it'll be an egalitarian, a democratic egalitarian state, except for Norway. It doesn't get a choice.
Norway doesn't get rights and
Nope.
gets still treated like a medieval peasant community. I'm just waiting for one of our Norwegian viewers to be like, Danskjævel!
Alright.
It's one of the 5 most common words in Norwegian. It means Danish devils, I believe, is the literal translation.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
You know, I have a relative who stowed away on a boat to get here from Denmark.
Yeah. I actually did not know that, but that's cool,
Yep,
yeah.
I do. He hid, it was in, I think it was for one of the world wars. He didn't want to be drafted.
Yeah?
So he was like 14. He hid in one of the masts. He had the sailors roll him up in the sail.
Yeah.
So that the soldiers who came and looked for
awesome.
him couldn't find him. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Chloe and I are both Danes, unfortunately, for our Norwegian and Swedish viewers.
Sorry, guys.
Brianna's
I'm
Norwegian,
more Scottish than Danish, I think.
Yeah, Brianna is also Scottish and also Norwegian. So.
And
Basque.
Basque.
Yeah. Speaking of the Basques, how are the Basques doing?
How are the Basques doing?
They have been annexed by Castile, so that's not the greatest thing that could happen to them. But Basque culture still exists on the map. So there's that.
Okay, so what do I do now? Oh, go ahead, Brianna.
So I'm noticing that Scotland is now enemies with Denmark. I don't know if that's new. What should I be doing?
Not really.
Well,
let's see. Well, let's see if they would be willing to support your independence, because I think we tried that earlier and they weren't quite going for it.
My unrest in Danzig has gone
But do I have enough? Am I big enough to be able to start fighting Denmark?
With Sweden's help, you could, yeah.
Okay. So
it's a matter of you'll both have to rebel together. Where is?
And Sweden's getting, I think, more unrest about this country called Denmark.
They have so the reason Scotland will not support your independence is because at this point in time, Norway owned the Orkney Islands, and Scotland wants the Orkney Islands, and they also want the Faroe Islands, which is obviously not going to happen. So Scotland will not really make a good ally for you.
That's right. We talked about this last time.
Denmark's other enemies, what were they? Venice and Bohemia. I think we already tried both of those. Yeah.
And I have a diplomat in England.
Bohemia cannot reach Denmark, so they're out. I think we already asked Brandenburg.
Yeah, and I have a diplomat there too.
And Poland is allied with Denmark, so they're obviously not going to do it.
Sausage is so good.
Their sausage is so good. Well, we get all the sausage.
Venice, I don't think can reach them. Actually, Venice is very close. Do you have a diplomat in Venice?
No.
Because Venice is very close to supporting independence.
So who should I pull from? England?
I would pull out
Novgorod?
I would pull out of Novgorod because they're doomed.
Okay.
So you can just right-click to bring them home. On the diplomat view, that's another way to do it. Okay, and then awesome. Venice down in northern Italy, send them a diplomat because they're about 15 points away from agreeing to support your independence.
Okay, can I do anything to make them not support her independence?
You could also send a diplomat to Venice, but they already have a negative 140 opinion and are rivaled to you.
Oh,
so it's unlikely that you would be able to talk them down.
No, I was actually thinking Sweden. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I think you already have Oh yeah, you're integrating Holstein. That's what all your
Yeah.
diplomats are up to. So yeah, your unrest has been cut roughly in half in Danzig, but it is still high enough that a rebellion could occur. Is it a core yet? It is a core. So most of the unrest is coming from low religious unity, non-accepted culture, and then separatism, which will just go down over time.
Right.
So, do you have missionaries that are free? What are your missionaries doing? Oh, they're already Catholic. It's just you have low overall religious unity because of all of those Slavic Eastern Orthodox provinces.
Right. Well, and I just got the Herald from Holstein just came and they've accepted the irresistible proposal of annexation.
So if you look at the Danish peninsula now, the whole thing now belongs to Denmark. So you also took control of their armies, so you now have those 3 guys standing on Holstein.
Brilliant.
You also have their very small fleet. They have 1 transport and 1 other transport. So you can now transport 2 more guys at a time than you could before.
Yeah. It's progress.
In terms of what you would want to do with your diplomats at this point, probably sending 1 to Poland is a good idea so that they stay your ally.
Right, and my diplomats are in if I click on my shortcut.
Actually, a faster way to do it would be to go to Poland and then just right-click on any part of Poland.
Oh, okay.
And it'll bring up the interaction menu, and you just want to go to Relations Actions and click Improve Relations.
So I sent a diplomat to Venice, but I noticed before I did send it, him or her, that I had the button available to ask to support independence, and now that I sent the diplomat, it's away. I can't use that button.
Yeah, it's because your diplomat is now taken up, making them like you.
Okay.
But you can give him a different mission, because see, there's an X there right now.
Yeah.
But it'll eventually get up to the point that, hopefully, that they'll be willing to accept it, and then at that point you can...
So we're just going to wait for...
Oh, and Norway can invest in technology.
Oh, yes, I just saw that.
Standardized pikes.
So I just click on it?
Yep. And now you have superior unit types available, so if you click that little yellow button there, and then click where it says Latin Medieval Infantry, you have a few choices here. So the Gallogly are going to be more of an offensive style of infantry. The longbow is balanced, and then men-at-arms are more defensive. For Norway, at this stage in the game, I would probably choose men-at-arms just because the goal of an independence war is just to remain in control of your capital. You don't actually have to invade Denmark, so having good defensive troops is probably going to benefit you more than having good offensive troops.
Okay. I will click on men-at-arms.
Even though, thematically, I think it would be more fun to have Norway just have raging berserkers, but... We'll get
Not
to that.
yet.
We'll get to that point. For now, it's more like we have to plan for our eventual independence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eventual independence from Denmark.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if Novgorod would accept vassalization from Denmark at this point, since they're so small.
I will protect you from
offer
some
vassalization negative 4,000.
Oh, jeez.
Because they hate you because you took all their land.
Well, sorry, guys.
Your truce with them expires in 1467, so in about 6 more years you could just declare war and annex the rest of their territory if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah, for now it's more about, I think, keeping an eye on Austria and looking for a time to strike against Lübeck. And see if your horses on Smolensk can actually go to Danzig now, if they'll actually accept your orders.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
The ones all the way up here.
The ones in Sweden, yeah, there's like a 4 stack. Anytime
we
you
go.
see a green number, that's the best
Yep.
way to tell that they're your troops. Yeah. So I would select them.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, use it. I don't know what was happening before.
So they're on their way to Danzig now?
Yep.
Awesome. I don't know what was happening either, quite honestly. Oh, and you can invest in a technology. You got the little gold coins with
sweet.
the cog next
Let's
to it.
do it.
So
Okay.
Standardized pikes. Just click on it and you'll unlock the tech.
Oh, is that the one that I have to do?
Yeah, because
Okay.
you have enough military points to advance,
Got
but
it.
you don't have enough in the other categories.
Got it. Okay.
So then you'll get the little superior unit types flag that Brianna just got.
Okay.
And you'll want to click on Latin Medieval Infantry.
Whoa. There it goes. Okay, Latin medieval infantry.
And like I explained, Galloglay are the most offensive, longbowmen are balanced, and men-at-arms are very defensive. Okay, so you went with the offensive option.
Was that wait? Okay, yeah,
Yep.
probably. That's what I need.
That's what I would have picked too. That's not
Okay.
a bad choice. So
I was actually trying to click on it to see what was going on, but you know what? That just happened.
yeah, you mouse over if you want to read more about them. And
Got
then
it.
Clicking will
Okay.
actually select
Clicking
it. Yeah.
is the selection.
Yes.
Oh, we got a new pope.
Oh, there is a new pope. Let's meet the new pope.
The papal pope was here. Alexander
The papal pope.
the seventh.
Pope
Sixth.
Alexander the seventh. Sixth. Yeah. He has 3 administrative skill and 1 in everything else.
So sucker.
Age 55. Yeah, he's not a great pope. He's not
Also
the best
sounds
pope
like he
of all
will die
time.
soon.
Especially in this time frame.
Hello, Kloppa No, we don't mind you lurking at all.
Please lurk.
Lurk, lurk, lurk.
All right, so can we do anything?
So, at this stage,
That has been my question
at
this entire time.
this stage, you just want to be thinking about what your goals are and what the next step to that goal is. So, like, if your goal is to take Lübeck,
I got a event.
okay, we'll read Brianna's event and then I'll.
It's
explain.
not really a true event, but bribes grammar accepted. What is the difference between an honest man and a fool? The fool doesn't know he is being swindled. So goes an increasingly common saying in Norway, the spirit of which is proven through a more sinister change in the social fabric. Bribes are beginning to be seen as natural consequence of the market, where any actions carry a price. Those who refuse to take bribes are viewed as precisely what the saying suggests, fools. Worse than fools, since they are deliberately refusing money that could be theirs. The consequence of the cynicism is that any form of power truly corrupts, and no one will believe this is immune, not even the king. And I only have one option.
What does it do?
It's just the same, so I gain 0.5 corruption.
Okay. So that's just a historical event related to Norway, I guess. And you'll gain a small amount of corruption. That should go down over time. We'll make sure that you're appropriately fighting corruption.
And
Yes.
at Venice we're playing Denmark and Norway, and TJ is in observe mode.
Yeah, so Brianna is Norway and Chloe is Denmark. They are both pretty new to EU4, and I'm just an observer kind of coaching them through the game. So this is a great stream if you are brand new to EU4 because they are asking a lot of the questions that you yourself would probably ask if you had never played the game before. By the way, freaking Ireland, man, what's going on over here? Desmond is occupied by Kildare. Kildare is occupied by Silgo. There's some kind of big war going on, and let's open up the ledger here and see. I know there's a way to see all wars, all current wars. Country, military. Where is it? Yeah, somebody in chat will tell me where that is at some point, or in the YouTube comments. But yeah, so like I was saying, at this point, because you're not actively at war, you're just thinking about what steps you need to take to your current goal. So for Denmark, if your current goal is to take Lübeck, we've determined they're protected by Austria, so you just have to keep monitoring Austria and wait until they go to war and are distracted.
Right.
Because you probably couldn't beat them, one-on-one at this point.
Okay.
Also, do you have cores that need to be... No, you're fine on that. The Danzigian separatists are still a little angry. Oh, here's one thing you could do. You could take the 3 troops on Holstein that you inherited from Holstein and send them over to Danzig as well, just to make sure that you utterly crush the rebellion.
No one will ever rebel again.
They might rebel, but they're going to die pretty fast. So.
Alright. We got so many people over there.
Yep. And then in terms of Norway, your current goal is colonization. So what you're really watching is on this idea screen for Quest for the New World to become available. And that is when your game will truly begin. Yes. Unless Sweden decides to do an independence war before that.
We'll see. We'll see.
One of those two things will happen. You will not be stuck with nothing to do for long.
Danzig unrest keeps going down.
It's because you're putting more and more troops there.
Yeah, they're like, I don't think this is
the more troops you station there, the less they will want to rebel. Because they realize that they probably are going to die. In terms of what's going on in the rest of the world, Burgundy is kicking the crap out of England on the continent. So it might actually be Burgundy and not France that kicks England off the continent. Castile and Aragon, I believe, are still not friends. Very adamantly not friends, and the Iberian wedding has not fired.
The Iberian...
Oh, yeah. Relations between Denmark and Norway are okay for now, but Sweden has a liberty desire of, 76, I think. Oh, it's now 88%. So there will be a rebellion at some point.
Can I send a diplomat over there?
No.
I can do what I want.
You could,
Brianna.
I
do what I want.
I do what I want.
You could send a diplomat. I will tell you though that there's an event that will happen eventually. I think it's late 1400s, early 1500s that will make a civil war almost inevitable.
Nah. Okay. Fine.
You will probably... It's highly likely that you will have to fight to keep Sweden and Norway at some point.
Okie dokie.
Ireland is still embroiled in war. I'm not really sure what the war is about. So Kildare is fighting Desmond in the Kildarian conquest of Desmond, and they're not doing very well. Leinster is also involved. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe someone will become High King of Ireland. Who knows? Who knows?
It'd be exciting.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. England has actually been kicked out of Ireland. They they lost the Pale to Kildare, or to Kildare. Yeah, it must have been while they were distracted fighting Burgundy.
Huh.
So there you go.
Where do you see the dissatisfaction with Sweden being under Denmark?
So I can see it because I can switch over to Chloe and go to her subject view and see that Sweden now has 89% liberty desire.
And where would I see it for my own country?
I don't know if Norway can view subjects. Yeah. Actually, if you go to your diplomacy screen...
Okay, I'm there.
And,
currently you're only at 26.
Yeah, there's that little flag with the crown that says interpersonal union under Denmark, and your liberty desire is 26%.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter much because you're a human player, and liberty desire has no impact on your desire to start a rebellion. That's more based on your personal out-of-game preference. But, yeah. There's some naval skirmishing going on in the Baltic between Lübeck and Mecklenburg. Interesting. Let's pause the game. So Lubeck is at war with Mecklenburg and the Teutonic Order and the Lubeckian conquest of Wismar. So Lubeck, the city-state that you are trying to conquer, is currently trying to conquer the state of Wismar.
So could I go and help Wismar?
That is an interesting proposition. Let's look at the diplomatic situation. If you were to offer an alliance with Mecklenburg right now, they would accept. So I would do that.
Okay. So wait. So I right-click on them.
Yes, on Mecklenburg. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And say
offer alliance.
Oh my goodness. Offer. Wait.
It's under alliance actions. You might have to expand the
Alliance actions. Offer alliance. There we go.
Okay.